everybody. Okay, we are here at Brad Metzger Restaurant Solutions here in Los Angeles. This is Brad and his amazing team behind me. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Hello. Hello, I'm Sarah, Erica, Margot, Sadie.
Okay, great. We've got an awesome team of women back here. I love that. So we are going to be talking to this team here about the LA Chef Conference coming up on May 20th. This is an awesome event. Great panels, great speakers, chef demos, all kinds of great stuff. So I'm just gonna start with some questions for the team here. So how did the idea of the LA Chef Conference come about?
I love the industry. I love knowledge and conferences and the industry coming together. And I've had incredible experiences at places like the Star Chef Congress in New York, Aspen Food and Wine, different conferences and things like that all over the country, the Western Food Expo, and I always wanted to bring something super special and comprehensive to LA. Yeah. And that's how it happened.
That's so great. And so were all of you ladies involved in last year's event?
Yes.
Yes, and how do you think it went?
I think last year was our first year, so we had a lot to learn from last year. I think it went very well. We had a ton of good feedback, and that's what prompted us to want to continue. And this year it has grown quite a bit. It's more than doubled in size. Yeah. We have 13 sessions, 8 cooking demos. Last year it was a much smaller scale. It was a few sessions, no cooking demos. So.
Yeah, and I mean, this year I was looking over the itinerary, and there are so many amazing panels to choose from. It must have been fun thinking of all those ideas. I'm sure that was all you guys were like, let's do this, yeah?
We've had a lot of support from the LA Times. They've been unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
They're
great.
our event partner. They've had some great ideas, but yeah, coming up with like fun titles, creative topics, relevant, it's been just super exciting.
Awesome, so great. And so what is something that you guys want people to get out of this event? Like, what's something important that you really want the attendees to get about it?
Well, all of the panels and sessions you saw, those are leaders in the industry. These are the people that have walked through the fire, been in every shoe you can imagine, whether it's a restaurateur, a chef, most of them are chefs, risen through the ranks in LA. So they're gonna, the panelists are gonna be able to share just so much knowledge and information to every attendee. They're gonna get a ton out of it. And really, we just want them to be able to, these topics are important, about mental health. There's topics about just things that are happening right now that people have questions about, so they're going to learn a ton.
Right, and what was the process for you guys putting these ideas together? Like, do you start like back in October and you're thinking of ideas, or what's kind of that timeline?
I mean, even right after the first one, you're thinking, oh wow, we could have done this, or this could happen, or this would be a great topic, and just as things are hitting the news, we think to ourselves that would be a really interesting thing to cover.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
this is relevant.
For example, we only had 3 sessions last year, okay, and there were so many exciting topics that we wanted to do last year that we couldn't do this year. Right. So we brought those into this year. Like, for example, we're seeing, just the influencer influence, okay, as a huge thing, in food these days. So that's why we came up with the ROII, Return on Influencer Investment, which talks about, the changing landscape with regard to marketing and PR and, people being able to do a lot of it themselves just by using Instagram. And we just thought that was a super exciting, relevant topic. And this year we're able to do it because we have a lot more room for all these different sessions. Yeah,
right. And actually that panel I was personally interested in because I started doing this as a blogger. I started doing this 10 years ago, before Instagram, before all that. And I used to get, PR companies used to reach out to me for blog posts. But now they've kind of switched to just strictly Instagrammers who don't even have a website. They literally just have an Instagram account, but they're getting invited to all these press events and all. Anyway, so it's very interesting.
That one, let me just tell you about that one. That's ROII, Return on Influencer Investment. Are you getting your money's worth? Are influencers changing the PR game? Yeah. Moderated by Jen Harris, Senior Food Editor
Jen's great.
From LA Times. David Spiegelman from Wagstaff, Lawrence Longo, food entrepreneur. He's behind the Burgers Never Say Die.
Yes.
We have Gary Lardunat, Regional Exec Pastry Chef of Wolfgang Puck Catering, and Ellie Aruth, who is the Food Beast.
Yep.
On that panel.
Yeah, that's an amazing,
one of 13
amazing
panels.
lineup. Yeah, absolutely. And now, this year you guys have set it for, it's a one-day event. Where do you see this going in the future? Do you see it eventually maybe getting to be a 2-day thing, a 3-day thing? Are there any
We
plans
will
for
contemplate that on May 21st.
Okay, great.
Right now, we're just focused on having this just be an incredible, incredible experience for everyone that comes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think one thing that's so interesting, everyone we've asked to be part of this has been dying to be part of it. Every chef or restaurateur or person. So there's definitely room to expand it to more days. I mean, in a lot of ways, we had to say no to people because we were filled up. Our sessions or panels were filled up. So.
I could not believe when John George emailed back saying, yes, I will come and be on one of these panels. And Will Gadara.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so not to mention all the LA chefs, Sherry Yard, Tim Hollingsworth, Jeremy Fox, the list goes on and on and on. Curtis Stone.
Everybody.
I think we have about 84 panelists and chefs and restaurateurs. We also have, in addition to all these exciting chefs, we also have a 4-session restaurant workshop, which is very much about business.
Which is very cool. So I saw that as well when I was reading all the details, and it was just, that's such a great stepping stone for people who are like, where do I even start if I want to open a restaurant? Yeah. Super valuable stuff. And now, do you see this expanding to other cities at all, or do you want to keep it in LA?
May 21st.
Okay, great. Yeah.
But who knows? Sure, why not? We'll see, you know? We'll see what happens.
Okay,
you know?
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to end with, we're going to go down the line. Everybody say the last best thing you ate.
I'll start over here. I was at Jar last night.
Yeah, you were.
And the food was phenomenal. Suzanne Track, nail it at Jar. It was great. That's in my mind because I had it last night. So, yes.
Awesome.
I'm going to Leo's Tacos tomorrow, so I'm most looking forward to that.
Great.
How's that?
Love that. Sounds delicious.
We just had lunch yesterday at a restaurant right up the street. One of our clients. It's called Pico, Pikoh. Really great stuff.
And Ricardo is the chef.
Ricardo
and
Zarate, who is participating in our event, is the chef there.
Love
it.
Definitely give it a
shout.
For the holidays, Brad took us to Majordomo, and it was fantastic. Probably one of the best meals I think all of us has had in LA. So.
Love it.
Good.
I was recently in San Francisco and had a chance to dine at Angler, and I'm very excited for them to come to LA because that was a fantastic meal. So.
Very, very exciting. Well, thank you guys all so much for giving us this great info, and for everybody who's watching or is going to tune in later, you can get your tickets to this event at lachefconference.com, and it's just going to be amazing. Don't miss it.
We'll see you there.
Yeah. Bye.